Well, hey guys, how are you doing? Um, so today we're in a new episode of Minecraft. Today I'm doing a little bit different. I'm doing this after I record it. I was talking while I was recording, but honestly, it was a little hard to concentrate in the gameplay and as I was talking, so I rather did do this outside of my gameplay, so you can also see the gameplay and also hear me talk and me concentrate on one thing at a time. And I'm pretty sure by reading the title, you already know what this means. Like, inside of you, you already know that realizing that we stopped, even though there isn't a stop sign, there is nothing for us to be scared about or to doubt. But somehow we are doing it. We're acting the same way if there's doubt. Like if we need to find a stop. It's just waiting for the perfect opportunity but knowing it doesn't exist. Like wanting to go but you just want to wait at the same time. Not sure what you're waiting for. It's like knowing it's time to go but you start freezing. But you just freeze there. That you know and you understand that this is the chance, this is opportunity to go, but there's something in you that stops you right there in the middle and freezes you up. It's not about the perfect time, but it's about the perfect you. It's about trying to be in control of the things that you are in control, even though you're not really in control of them. We try to be so certain of the things we're gonna do, of the things we're gonna choose, of where we're gonna be led, and where we're gonna go with our lives. And we know that there are many things that we're not in control of, but we act like if we are. We act like if we know exactly what's gonna happen if we do certain things. And that's gonna disappoint you so much in life. Because if you think that you're gonna be led to somewhere and you end up not being there, you're going to be so upset in your life. Because when things happen and they don't align with everything you thought about, even the smallest detail will feel like it wasn't worth it at all. To give you an example, one time in my freshman year, I wanted to celebrate that we were in high school, and so I invited my friends to go to the football field and invade it after school and just start throwing a bunch of water balloons. We had water guns, we had water balloons. We brought all of that to school. We had water balloons, water guns, everything. We brought it to school. And I remember overlay, we were kind of scared because we were like stealing the school buckets of like Gatorade and stuff to put the water there. And it was a whole just that much in the football field. But I remember the day before that, I remember like I imagined and I was like, oh, this is gonna be so good, that's gonna be so good. I imagined so many things. I was gonna like, oh, I'm gonna snipe them with the water thing. And you know, after all of that happened, and because I mentally masturbated myself that everything was gonna be so great, when it came to be, it wasn't as great. And that moment that was so fun and was so entertaining, and my friends till this day say it was one of the best ideas I ever had, to me it felt empty, because I had so many thoughts of what's it gonna be, what's it gonna really feel like and be like, and all the quid scopes and all the water balloons and me making a crazy shot and my friends just having a bunch of fun throwing the buckets to each other. But because I already imagined it the day before, it was like when it happened, it was like, it's not this good. It's like in my head it was better. And a great time for my friends. that didn't overthink anything. They had such a good time, but because I thought about it again and again, I ended up being so depressed at what happened, so empty after such a great time. And so when you get too obsessed trying to be the best at what you can control, like, don't get me wrong, it's better than waiting for the perfect time, because it doesn't exist, and people who are waiting for the perfect time will just never do anything. But at the same time, you're waiting for you to be perfect. And yes, practice makes improvement, not perfect. But many people deceive themselves into thinking they're practicing when they're really doubting. That's what makes you stuck. That's what makes you a you versus you. That's what makes the invisible wall. That because you think that you're getting yourself in a better position, because you think you're becoming a better person to do such thing, you're really not getting anywhere at all. For example, let me give you an example. I remember I told my mom, like, hey mom, I want a private coach, right? And he will throw me the ball. Oh, sorry, I was playing baseball. He will throw me the ball, and it will have the batting tee, will have the pitching machine and everything. But there is a difference between doing it in practice and doing it in a real game. When it came to games, I was the absolutely worst batter, but the batter who spent most of his time practicing. Yes, practicing is good, but there is a difference when it comes to playing the real game. That's what happened. I became so obsessed in practicing that practice was my game and game was my practice. You can get so caught up into trying to perfect yourself that you forget how to move forward. You get so caught up in trying to do everything so right that you cannot fail, that the failure was staying exactly where you're at. It's not somebody who's waiting for the perfect time because they don't do anything to get anywhere. They just wait for something and it's never gonna happen. It's like gambling at life. But trying to be perfect is basically saying, I'm going to be stuck here forever. It's the same blindness. It's the same visually impairedness as saying I'm waiting for the perfect time. You are hoping, someone basically saying, I'm trying and I'm giving it my all. There's two differences. When you say I'm trying, what does that mean? You know? It could mean like I'm fixing my mistakes, which is a good thing, but getting obsessed over your mistakes. I'm trying could mean like just trying to do something but not caring too much about it. But I'm giving it my all is a different perspective. It's basically saying I'm trying to be and trying to do this with a passion. One is hoping to hit a lucky shot, but the other one is hoping to get a consistent shot. Now that's what I learned with Kobe Bryant. You know, most people are just getting familiar with what they get, and if they get something cool, then you clip it. But Kobe Bryant was there day in and day out. He was making sure that lucky shots were regular shots for him. We often think that once we get ourselves perfected into a level, once we get to ourselves in a moment of life where we have everything we wanted to, then we will continue to do and push forward the things we wanted to do. It's like saying, I'm thinking, once I get here, I will do this. The difference between waiting for you to be perfect and waiting for the perfect timing. The person waiting for the perfect version of themselves and doing the minimum is more blind than the person waiting for the perfect timing. The person waiting for the perfect timing will never do it, and however, the person who is waiting for the perfect version of himself knows that he should do it, but is caught up in his mind about taking the first step. In the perfect version, there isn't waiting for the right time. They're waiting for a push. This happens in my workout all the time. Like, I know it's time for my other set, but there's just something there that I just don't want to do it. So, and I make excuses. Oh, when the music drops, I'll go for my set. And I don't do it. I legit don't do it. And then I go like, okay, once my hand stops feeling like that, I'll do it. And I could go on 5 minutes and I'm like, okay, it's been 5 minutes, I gotta do it. And sometimes I think about my life and I'm like, wait, hold up. Those 5 minutes could mean I'm too late. Those 5 minutes add up every time. It's not easy. But there's really no reason. Because once it gets to those 5 minutes, it's like I legit don't care about my hand, don't care about the beat of the music, don't care about having my breathing rhythm right. I just do it because I'm like, okay, it's been too long. So why do we care when it's too early if we're not gonna care later when it's too late? The clock is ticking, but we just don't care. It's like we're just caught up in our own minds. And for me, it's definitely wanting to get better at something, but not seeing or being sure what to change. Like this happened the other day with me trading. I was straight up hoping, not hoping, but I was trading stocks, and some things did not go right, and I lost more money than I wanted to lose. And obviously, I was like, okay, hold up. There is something I'm doing wrong, and I gotta figure out what it is. So I set a time to do it. I set a time to figure it out, and I realized that my problem was big. Or at least I thought, because till this moment I still haven't figured it out, but that's where I'm at right now. I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna figure this out tomorrow. And then the next day I was like, oh, I woke up too late, I'm just gonna do it tomorrow. And the next day I was like, oh, I woke up, I woke up again, so I switched my schedule to wake up early, and to be woken up at the time I needed to be, and I wasn't woken up at the time I needed to be. And it was like, okay, it's definitely not because I don't want to do it. It's because I don't know what I'm gonna do. And it scares me, the fact that I don't have to change something, because I don't want to lose the same money I already lost. And that's what I meant. Not being sure what to change. When it just gets hard and confusing, we usually just get stuck. It's not like we quit, but it feels like that. It feels like, okay, I'm gonna get back at some point. I'm gonna do it back at some point. It's like the new year, new me. You know, like, oh, I was at the gym, but I quit during the year, but that doesn't mean I quit forever. I'm going back. It's that little spice in life that it's so fake. It's a fake feeling. It's a fake dopamine where you think that you want to be better, but you're not really better. You want to think that you are actually doing this because you are a responsible, motivated person that wants to do the best for themselves. But that's what you want to think. You're not doing this because you actually care about that. You want to do it because you want to think about yourself like that. It was never about self-respect. It was about how you saw yourself and how people see you. There's a lot of people that want to go to the gym, but because they don't have that self-respect, because they don't have that way of pushing and being consistent and being persistent in their life, they are going to just quit at some point and say they're gonna go do it back when the time is right, when the new year hits. That's some bullcrap. That's some bullcrap. Because you're not realizing the main point. It's not about the perfect time. It's about you not realizing what's behind, what's keeping you stuck. Because you might think that you already passed the invisible wall, but in fact you're chained to that invisible wall. And you still haven't been pulled by it, or the chain has not been long enough to stop you, but it will stop you at some point. So how do you jump the invisible wall? And let me tell you right now, it's simple. It's by knowing that whether we fail or not, there will be another invisible wall. And you're right now probably saying, what the fudge are you telling me? You tell me that there's a chance that I'm gonna fail, and there's a chance I'm gonna succeed, but either way there's gonna be another wall that I'm gonna have to face. And if you think about that way, you're missing the whole point. The invisible wall is something that you put in your head. It's something that might actually not happen. It might happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, but it might happen that things are not gonna go right again. It might happen that things are going to go right again. It might happen that this is the turning point for you. It might happen that this is not the turning point for you. And then you're gonna put another invisible wall once you pass that wall. But it's on you to fall for your doubts, fall for your desperation, fall for what you are unsure about, and not trusting anything, and saying, this wall is going to stop me, or say, I don't know if this wall is the end, but I'm just gonna get over this wall. There's an awesome quote from Seneca that says, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. A lot of bodybuilders, when they go to competitions, I heard that they think about the worst things before they go there. Because if your mind thinks about something being really, really hard, in reality, it won't be as hard as you thought it was going to be. They don't put themselves as, oh, this is going to be impossible, but they put it themselves like they're going to suffer, they're going to bleed, they are going to die once they get it done with. And when they get there, it's not really like that, and they can get it through it, not easily, but they can get through it more manageable than if they wouldn't have done it in their imagination. And the truth is that most people are not lazy. You just don't know where to start. My grandfather said once, you're never going to get to your destination if you only drive around the neighborhood. And that is such a good, great quote. Too often we're only just going through the neighborhood, cruising around the neighborhood, doing what's familiar to us, doing what our tradition has done, going 15 miles per hour. But the destination you want to be in, you have to go through the highway. You have to go 60 plus miles per hour. Most people only drive around the neighborhood. They never know what really their destination was. They just rather be stuck in their neighborhood forever and ever, and they don't mind if they never make it to their destination. All they know is the neighborhood because they never went out of weight. They never wanted to go more than 15 miles. They never wanted to brake harder than it is at 15 miles. All you hear once you go to the road is that people are going to crash, your tires are going to worn out, you're going to run out of gas. And yeah, those things happen. But it doesn't mean people stop driving because those things happen. If you want to reach your goals, you're going to have to go fast. And sometimes brake quickly. Or sometimes you're going to go very slow and brake really slowly. But if you only drive around the neighborhood, you only have to go very slow and brake slowly. But you will never know what's outside that neighborhood. You're gonna have to become aware of everything that is around you. and make sure you don't miss an exit. But in case you do miss an exit, you don't go home and like, oh, I missed the exit today, guys. Come on, man. Are you for real? You go and take the next exit or take a U-turn. And yes, it might take longer as you're taking a U-turn, as you're driving, but it will get you where you want to be. And of course, there's always a chance of going through a car accident, your tire blowing up, needing constant of gas, and many other inconveniences, and maybe meeting crazy drivers around the road. Just remember, if it's worth, if it's worth to fix a car, to get from place A to B, it's worth to keep trying to make your dream. Not because your tire blew up, you're going to stop driving. Not because something went wrong in your life, you're going to stop trying your dream. That's all I want to say to you. That's all I really had for today.